I'm Patrick Grimes of the Marley Bridges Theater Company. Come join us at the Newport Art Museum and Art Association for Holiday Homicide, a whodunit in a beautiful 1864 mansion designed by Richard Morris Hunt.
Hello, and this is Tom Berg with the Art Scene. I'm here at the Art Museum over here on Bellevue, and with me is Patrick Grimes, right?
Howdy do.
Okay, well, Patrick happens to be the artistic director of the murder mystery here at the...
Correct.
Or do you have a name for your company now?
Well, we do. We're run by the Beechwood Foundation, which is a nonprofit that was started years ago while at Beechwood to foster appreciation for the arts, architecture, and historically relevant theatrical productions thereof. And as fundraisers, we do murder mysteries, and over the years we've given, like last year I think we gave $5,000 to the schools for relative, both performing and visual arts projects, things like cameras and cellos and, lighting.
Doing good things for the community.
Well, the arts are always the first thing that get the axe.
Oh, so just for a brief history so everybody understands, this is the same group that was with Beechwood Astors before they were purchased.
Correct,
okay?
Yeah, and as of January 6th, the ownership transferred.
Okay, and you moved over to do your murder mysteries over, actually still do that kind of thing you were doing at the Beechwood. You moved to Belcourt Castle, correct?
Yes, through July we did them there.
Okay.
And then we got a call from the Art Museum inquiring if we'd like to do them here.
Right.
And that contract, and so, it's such a beautiful space.
Well,
how do you say no?
I'm telling you. Well, what we're going to do on this particular show is we're going to get to know Patrick Grimes, the artistic director, and we're also going to get to know the Art Museum. We're going to go around the Art Museum, and he's going to tell us how this murder mystery works, sort of. He's not going to give it away.
Oh, God, no.
Okay, because if he gives it away, then what's the point in coming? But to tell you the truth, I'm excited about this. But Patrick, how did you end up in Newport?
Well, originally in 1996, I auditioned for the Astor's Beechwood Theater Company,
right,
and was hired by then artistic director Shelley Beck.
I remember Shelley, yes.
And I moved out from Colorado.
Colorado?
Yep, packed everything
Rocky
in my
Mountain
Volkswagen
High.
Rabbit. And I drove cross country and ended up in Newport. I was only supposed to be here, for the 3.5 months of the summer contract.
Right.
Mid-May through the end of August.
And so you're here now.
Yep.
Newport's that kind of a place where you come here to visit and you stay.
Well, I just fell in love with the town. I mean, what can you say? It's gorgeous. It has seasons other than winter and sort of a springishness.
And it's got artsy stuff going on, man. You and I know what that means, okay? It kind of touched that side of you, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to move to the first stop of the murder mystery, and we'll pick it up there. We are in the Ilgen Fritz room.
Ilgen Fritz Gallery.
In Ilgen Fritz Gallery here at the Art Museum, and we're here to talk about how the murder mystery kind of all begins. So they sort of hang out and drink for a little bit, right?
No, there's no alcohol or food served.
You're kidding.
It is a dry event.
Wow.
Yeah, trust me. The last thing you need is additional accoutrement to a death scene.
Okay, well, you heard what he said. Because all the murder mysteries I do, I make sure they're a little loosened up before we get there.
Yeah. No, we make sure they're nice and tight. No, ours are totally family friendly.
Right.
Yeah, they are 100% family friendly, but they still encompass and engage everyone involved in the audience. In fact, we had a woman come with her 5-year-old a few weeks ago.
Wow.
And he was the best detective, hands down, that we've seen at a show. He found every clue, and he pulled apart every one of the stories that people told, and he was the only one who got the answer right.
Wow.
And when he voted, his mom said, "Oh, don't be silly. That can't be the right person."
Right.
He was the only one.
Well, I gotta tell you. So when we get here in the Ilgen Fritz Gallery, okay, what happens in here?
Well, in here is where the exposition starts. We set the scene. We create the whole backstory for what you're about to experience. And here in November, December, that particular backstory is a holiday homicide.
Wow.
It's the Griswold family have invited friends and their domestic staff to have a bit of a Christmas party.
Now, aren't the Griswolds the one from the Christmas Vacation movies?
As a matter of fact, I think they are, yes. But this, I don't think it's the same Griswold.
It's kind of ironic, though, isn't it?
As I look over the family tree, I don't see any Clark.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. That is the Griswolds.
Okay.
Well, we should call it the Griswold family.
So you should call it the holiday vacation. Absolutely.
I think we might be stepping on some rights there.
There you go. Okay.
Avoid that.
So somebody gets murdered in here.
Yeah, as gifts are exchanged and Victorian sensibilities are offended.
Okay.
Someone will eventually kill someone else.
Okay.
It will be usually 3 or 4 suspects, hard suspects who had really motive, opportunity, all of that. But sometimes there's more. We've had it where everyone's a suspect. And occasionally we incorporate audience members as suspects by pulling them out of the room against their knowledge.
So you're very interactive.
Oh yeah, completely interactive. Our motto is theater should be experienced, not witnessed.
So you don't. So you, like me, you have that same thought process. Is that sometimes the fourth wall isn't necessary.
What fourth wall?
That's exactly my point. Okay.
Yeah.
That whole concept is a thing of the past. Now the shows from the past, some of them that were done with fourth walls, they come to a different life when you take the wall down. So
well, and a lot of those old plays, even when you look at like the really old W.S. Gilbert stuff, before he was with Sullivan, he wrote musicals on his own.
Right.
And those break the fourth wall.
Absolutely.
Because that was the melodrama style.
People, yeah!
What you're voting on is Hobbit's Day. The theme of my rapping show is
Wow, hey everybody!
I'm talking Iggy, pull your guitar.
Yeah, you want me to play a tune?
It's all about celebrating the holidays. So each of the 4 I've asked them to celebrate the holidays. I think I want to know what
Why are you so hostile?
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Carla, did you hear that, man? It sounded like an explosion or...
Trying to say something.
Carla?
You okay?
Dude, that made me like a killer out there or something.
Yeah, why?
Okay, we're going to take a break from the murder mystery.
Sure.
Okay, get away from that. We're going to talk about Patrick Grimes.
I know something about him.
You know something about him? Okay, so where did you get your training in theater?
Well, I graduated with a degree in theater from the University of Northern Colorado, in Greeley, Colorado, the other UNC. So I was a bear, not a Tar Heel.
Okay. And was that, how did you, have you always had a love for theater?
Absolutely. Yeah, my parents were both teachers. My mother was an English teacher, my father a music teacher.
Okay.
And my mom, when I was growing up, was actually the director of our community theater in my little hometown of Craig, Colorado. And as such, my brother and I were old enough to watch ourselves. Although we probably could have been left to our own devices, we would have killed one another.
Right.
So rather than allow the feral animals to have run of the house, Mother took us with her to the rehearsal process. And it was there, while watching, the rehearsals for My Fair Lady and all that, Harvey was one of my first favorite plays that they did.
See, my experience was I started when I was 6 and I got a professional job doing commercials on the Bozo the Clown Show. Okay.
So I can see that.
There's a lot of things that are very insightful. And what happened with me was that I was brought into this world as a 6-year-old. And back in those days, it wasn't in color. It was 1960s, it was in black and white. Although I saw it in color, okay, because I was there.
You were there.
Okay? So every Tuesday morning, I get picked up by a limousine, which was a 1958 Cadillac, okay? And I get taken to the studio, and I do these rehearsals with the unmade up, drunk Bozo, okay?
Well, you really shouldn't call him drunk Bozo.
Well, it took me 30 years to figure out that he was. I thought he had some kind of impairment.
He really speaks poorly.
Yes, he does. And he was always angry, okay? Well, enough on me. Back to you. Okay, so when did you come east?
Well, in 1996, I was hired by the then executive director, Shelley Beck of the Astor's Beechwood Theater come out and do living history tours of Beechwood. And it was while there that I really saw for my first time the rich cultural and artistic history here in Newport, and that really captured my fascination.
Wow. So you found a home almost immediately.
Oh, absolutely. I was only supposed to be here 3.5 months, and that was 96, and now I'm here still. I mean, I can't imagine living anywhere else. I moved away for about a 1.5 years to Oregon, which was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but wet.
Yes.
Hello.
And so here we are in the library, Colonel Mustard.
Yes, indeedy.
Okay, well,
I'm Mrs. White, actually.
You're Mrs. White. Okay, Mrs. White. I thought you were more of a Mr. Green to me.
Possibly.
Possibly.
That might be a
Okay,
better choice.
So here's the deal. You've been here long enough in Newport. You've established yourself as an artist and an arts creator in Newport, and it does have its challenges, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the locals refuse to come down this area because, you know, it does get inundated with a lot of the tourists during the tourist season, and so then we kind of get forgotten about down here. And I see it happen at the galleries with the artists. You go to these gallery nights and you think, well, where is everybody?
Right, absolutely.
And unless they're serving free wine, no one shows up. And it's like, that's not right. You should come down and see the art. And if there's wine and cheese, hey, that's cool too.
Well, one of the things that you should know is I grew up here, okay? And I was in theater here. As a matter of fact, I'm very jealous of you because you're producing, directing a play over at the Casino Theater.
Yeah, Suzanne Dell, the artistic director of the new Casino Theater. Well, the new, old Casino Theater.
Right.
The recently renovated, shall we say.
Absolutely.
Asked if I wouldn't be willing to direct her Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
That's a perfect play for you to direct, okay? I mean, so the reason I'm jealous, okay, is that